why Nike's new shoe is illegal. Now, I already know what this shoe is gonna be, and I'm pretty sure you guys were able to tell by the thumbnail. But if you weren't, that is a Nike Vomero Premium. I have done my own review on it, and I'm sure if you are on the channel, you probably already know, but if you don't, now you know. But even though I did make my own review, I wanted to hear why exactly he's saying the shoe is illegal. So yeah, I feel like this would be a pretty entertaining video, and I'm pretty sure you guys were interested too, and that's why you guys clicked on the video. But yeah, this is by Elliot Page. I do not take credit for the video. It will be linked down below in the description. But let's not do much talking. Let's get into why this shoe is legal.
Insane sneakers I have ever.
Now, before we start this video off, I'm sure you guys have seen that crazy stack height in the shoe. So I'm guessing it's gonna be something to do with that stack height and the comfortability aspect of it. So let's go ahead and see. That's my pre-predict.
So much
Let me know what y'all got.
They're actually illegal. But the question is, does any of that actually make it a good shoe?
I don't even think y'all really saw like how like synced that shoe went down when he was just simply stepping. Like I tried to show y'all that in my review, but yeah, look how crazy the shoe syncs. Like you can literally see like the is it curvature? I don't know if the word is curvature, but not curvature, but the way I think decompress. But look how like the shoe is going down as he's walking. This is definitely some serious technology right here. I just don't know about the ankle support. That was my biggest thing for sure. Let's go ahead and see what you got to say.
Nothing special. It's
Elliot Page, man, he's been in the game for a while, so I'm sure he's gonna have a couple things to say.
Nike,
simple orange,
white Nike swoosh, but inside is something we have never seen from Nike. This is the Nike Vomero Premium. Okay,
and this right here, y'all, this is the colorway I actually wanted, but I had to get me like a pink colorway, a purple colorway to kind of get you guys a review.
It's the most extreme Nike shoe that I honestly
looks amazing though.
Thought they would.
Let me know, comment down below what you give this shoe. Like honestly, 1 out of 10. Let me know if you guys would wear it. I think I would wear it, but I don't know if I would take it too seriously in the running environment, just because I know my ankles, and I was walking in it and I just realized like how like I simply almost twisted my ankle. Like my ankle literally went sideways for like a second. But
Nike arguably started
man, this colorway is fire. Can't go wrong with that orange, white.
Flies for Eliud Kipchoge have forced all new regulations made on running shoes. One of them being that the stack height underneath your foot cannot exceed 40 millimeters. And the craziest part is
what's this one right here?
Alpha Flies only exceeded the 40 mark just by a little bit. Whereas this shoe completely blows past that at a staggering 55.5 millimeters.
I'm telling y'all, man, this stack right here is crazy. Like I feel like the camera obviously does it justice, but I feel like to a certain point, you gotta try the sneaker on, even if you gotta try it on in person. Like, it's just one of those sneakers that it transform what comfort means to you. And I feel like, and I always say this in a couple of my videos, and if you're not familiar with me, man, I always like to stress this. Like, once you try a comfortable sneaker, I feel like it's one of those things where I don't want to see you can't go back to wearing regular sneakers, but it definitely like changes your perspective on like, you know, like your standard in terms of comfort. So I definitely recommend explore you a couple options. Even on this channel, I have list videos focused on comfortable sneakers, things like that. Even have a bunch of sneaker reviews. I definitely recommend, man, check the whole spectrum and really see what you could be missing, because I'm telling you guys, it makes a difference. Like this shoe right here for an amusement park would be amazing.
World Athletics. Probably so people don't buy these things and then get banned from a race. So my biggest question with these is, does more mean better? Are these the most comfortable shoes money can buy?
That's a tough question.
Course, how do they stack
I feel like
up against the rest?
It's a little bit of a middle ground, to be honest.
Comfortable shoes. Okay, so
because the stability, I feel like, is where it lacks, in my personal opinion.
So I've been testing this pair of shoes for the past few days in multiple different scenarios: running, casual wear, gym sessions, and even side-by-side testing them with not only the rest of Nike's lineup, but a bunch of other brands as well.
It's gonna be a straight
Before we get into all of that, some tech specs and release details. So these are going to be dropping on October the 2nd. They're loaded up to the Nike app, so you can go and see all of the details yourself. This is going to be the launch colorway, arguably my favorite, just the sail color with the
I'm also interested to see what other colorways they got. I had that purplish one. That one's pretty dope. I think I still would buy it. It just wouldn't be my favorite, but I wonder what else they got dropping.
A whopping $230, pushing it just above the already expensive Nike Pegasus Premium. And if we're talking about specs, these are also slightly heavier than the already heavy Pegasus Premium. In fact, to make things simple so I don't have to repeat myself, I'll put...
But honestly, they say heavy, but in my personal opinion, these shoes are not heavy whatsoever. Like, they're heavy to a certain extent, but it's not by any means a heavy sneaker.
Up all of the different tech specs of the actual weight of the different shoes, from the Vomero Plus to the Pegasus, and of course these fit true to size in my opinion, or exactly the same as
Me
the
too,
rest
I feel
of the
the same.
Vomero lines. So if you've tried the Vomero 18, the Plus, it should be exactly the same for these, so that's what I'm going to recommend to you. So to kick things off, why don't we do a good old-fashioned blind cushioning test with someone that has never seen this pair of shoes before.
What does that
Dylan
mean,
has
blind
not seen
cushioning
the
test?
shoes in this box yet, and he won't until the test is over. The test is pretty simple, as we normally do. One shoe is going to be on the left, the other one is going to be on the right, and all you need to do is just tell me which one is more comfortable, which one
I like
would you
this.
prefer to wear
I like this
on
a
an
lot.
extended basis.
So which two he's gonna
The
use?
two shoes that Dylan's going to be testing against is the
Okay,
Nike
he got-
Pegasus
is that the Vomero
Premium
18?
and the Vomero Plus. And of
Oh,
course,
it's Vomero
all of
Plus.
this is done
Okay.
blindfolded. Let's get
They all
started.
kinda look the
First
same.
round, we're going to go with these two. All right, we'll go that one on
Actually,
your
I've
right
never tried
foot,
the Vomero Plus
and
though.
this
I don't think
one
so.
on your left foot. Something weird about this, dog. Hold on to the rails. I'm going to
Ooh,
start.
look at that. Y'all can literally see his foot going down as he's walking. Like that's what you call a walking on clouds sensation. I cannot stress it.
That is crazy. Okay, the one on the right. The one on the left feels somewhat normal, I guess. Man, if I had both of them
Normal.
on the right, put it on full speed, dog. Okay,
He
so
said
you
put
can
on full
immediately
speed.
tell the right is an outlier. Yes.
That right, definitely make it look like a
Yeah,
platform,
the right is definitely
platform shoe for
softer.
sure. I
You
see
wanna
what people be
pick
talking about.
Which one you prefer for comfort, right or left? I imagine this one, because boy, does that give you a bounce. Try one more shoe. Okay, well, look, this is not even in the same league. This
Not
new
even,
one that I
damn.
just put on is not as comfortable as the previous one or this one. I would say the more comfortable one, if I was going on a walk, would be the right foot. Now, before you remove your blindfold and see what these things look like, I do want you to wear both of them together and feel what that feels like. Yeah, I've been waiting for this one. I'm not gonna lie
This
to you.
is a smooth
you've put
little
some
analysis.
crazy on my feet in the past, but this is top 5. You just...
That boy calf muscles
one
are
is
going
start
crazy.
running in
He
the
must do some type of
meadows.
running
It's
or
very
walking.
unlike anything I've ever
Or
felt
weightlifting.
before. Yeah. All right, ready to see what you've been wearing? Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna hand them to you, and you can remove the
Sheesh.
blindfold.
They even look good on
My
video.
eyes adjust. Damn. You know what? That actually wasn't what I was expecting. Oh, really? I was expecting, like, remember those Puma ones that you showed me that one time? Yeah. And it had those crazy contraptions on the bottom? That's what I thought.
Those are crazy.
There is such a noticeable bump. Yeah, so these are the bumps that you're feeling, the little air unit. That is crazy thick, though. Yeah. So with the cushioning test out of the way, let's talk about comfort. I really want to nail what these things represent because, in my opinion, they're extremely different. So to answer the question, does more mean better? And I think in a lot of different scenarios when it comes to sneakers, no. But with these,
Yeah, it definitely depends.
in terms of just straight, pure, unadulterated comfort, these are definitely an outlier in Nike's running shoe lineup. It's incredibly soft. Like, it's almost shocking. When I put these things on side by side with some of the most soft shoes that Nike offers, the Vomero Plus and the Pegasus Premium, these almost made those shoes feel firm and hard underfoot. And pretty much the same thing happened when I tested it with shoes from other brands like New Balance and Brooks and Adidas. The midsole is comprised of full-length Zoom X, which they do tend to change the compound a little bit, so some Zoom X materials will feel softer than others. In this case, this is definitely the softest Zoom X that I've felt. Now, of course, you can see the two giant orange Air Zoom units that they have in this midsole as well.
This shoe looks like it's something from like 2030.
Essentially just
It looks
pockets of
like
air
ahead of
with
its time.
strings attached to the bottom and the top of the pod. When you step, those little strings relax, and as you step off, they snap back into place. This adds a really unique feeling of just incredible responsiveness and bounciness, and I think that in combination with the super soft Zoom X is a very unique feeling.
You even see it going down when he's running.
It doesn't feel as bouncy and responsive as the Pegasus Premium, and I think that's just because it's a much larger Air Zoom unit that they've placed in here, and obviously full length as well. But that's not really what they're going for here. This is their max cushioning shoe, so they want it to feel ultra squishy and ultra cushion. Now, one of the most surprising things is
now, is this going to be better than a like More V6, More V5? I would like to know if any of you guys have tried the two. I haven't tried the two. You guys let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you guys think this will be better than that More V5 or V6. That's that max cushion for New Balance.
My ankles, but they're oddly stable. Of course, you're not going to be buying these for stability, and if you do roll your
Wait, what'd he say?
Oddly stable. Of course, you're not going to be buying.
They're oddly stable.
Here I am, field trip chaperone.
Before helping prevent migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans.
Like, I'm going to snap my ankles, but they're oddly stable. Of course, you're not going to be
Really?
buying these for stability.
Maybe I just wasn't wearing it right. But for me personally, man, I was just walking casually. I think it was the first day I was really wearing it, and I think I was going to take some like thumbnail pictures or something like that. And I remember I was walking in it, and my ankle was like went sideways for a second, and I had to catch it. So that's my personal input.
Try and roll my ankle, and they're a lot more stable than they look.
Maybe he's just more like stable than me when it comes to walking.
I just think for the category that they're in, max cushion, they feel pretty decent in terms of stability. But generally speaking, the higher the stack height, the less stable you're going to feel. I've been testing the barefoot shoes for about 3 weeks now, wearing them every single day, and you're not going to find a more stable shoe than this. But overall, again,
makes sense though, because you're low to the ground, very nice feel on the ground.
Engineering this so it doesn't just feel super wobbly and unstable. Overall comfort, it's obviously slightly subjective. So I'm specifically talking to the max cushion range because that's what this pair of shoes is in. If you're someone who prefers less cushioning or something that's a little bit firmer, the Vomero 18s really are a great pair of shoes, or even the Vomero Plus. But the cushioning in here, it really does take it to the next level. And in my opinion, easily the most comfortable shoe I have put on my foot.
But he was talking about the Vomero 18. The Vomero 18, in my opinion, it's like a more firm feeling. I feel like when it comes to this Vomero Premium, it's definitely like a very sink-in feel. But if you do want that more firm and support, that Vomero 18 is still comfortable. Definitely still a comfortable option. That's going to give you that support.
Soft and squishy and incredible cushioned, I don't think you'll find a better one than this. Now, for the rest of the shoe, it's obviously not as extreme as this midsole. That is definitely the standout feature and what you're going to be spending most of that $230 on. As far as the upper, it's pretty similar to the Vomero.
Pretty breathable. I gotta say the upper is pretty breathable.
Same upper material, being a dual fabric mesh. Both have identical tongues and similar feeling padding around the ankle and the inside. The premiums have a really nice design where they've got this air text that's kind of just fused in there, just this light little one, barely noticeable, but I think it looks really cool. So
and that purple pair is a little more noticeable.
Who is it for, and what are the different use cases that I would recommend? So for running, I found it very good. Yes, it's heavier, but that's kind of the point of this pair of shoes. It's not to be going fast. It's made so you can have a low impact run, a recovery run, or just something where you're kind of training or casually just, running about. And for all of those scenarios, these things are beasts. Now, for casual wear, I was fully prepared to be like, yeah, no, do not wear these things casually. Not a good idea.
Why?
Not something that you're going to enjoy. But surprisingly, I do think there are scenarios where people would like to wear these things casually. I could definitely see these things working for people who just go on a lot of walks or just are commuting to work or standing around
long days on your feet.
On their feet for extended
I see that for sure working casually.
I don't think you'll like this as your main everyday sneaker just because thick this stack height is. I think you would probably prefer something a little bit slimmer.
That's another thing too. My aunt was complaining about that platform look.
18s. But if you're super into max cushion shoes, the softest, craziest experiences that you can get underfoot, you might actually like these things. Now, as for the look, because I think that is probably the biggest wow factor. Like, as soon as you see these things, you just think, whoa, what is going on here? And yes, they are very chunky. If you're wearing them with shorts, they are going to stand out a lot. But at this point, I think we're all so used to seeing kind of shoes like this. They're super popular now, like Hoka's and obviously New Balance with their super thick soles. It's kind of something that is not as polarizing as it would have been a couple of years ago. So yeah, it's really just down to, if you think you can pull them off, pull them off. I think the main sticking point with this pair of shoes is gotta be the retail price. $230 is pretty insane. All I'll say is that it is a wild experience putting them on foot and just feeling how soft they are. That first experience of stepping into these things, it's incredible. But I'd love to know what you guys think about the Vomero Premium. Is it too extreme, or do you like the look of them? Let me know down in the comment section, and let me know if you're gonna try them out when they do drop. And of course, like always,
that is gonna cap it off, y'all. I think I agree with Elliot too. I feel like it's one of those experiences that is very unique, and I feel like right now, currently, it's going to be very hard to find that exact feeling. It's definitely like second to none, like meaning like there is like no other shoe that I've personally got that feeling out of. So I definitely recommend that you go ahead and get that feeling for yourself too. But I do want to say, leave a like on this video if you found it helpful. Again, Elliot Page's video will be down below in the description. If you guys want to check it out, check out his channel. He has great videos on sneakers. He does a bunch of lists, things like that, breaking news in terms of sneakers. But hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you do want to just stay tapped in with the channel. And I also recommend you guys check out my full review on the Merrell Premium. Mine's a little different. I have a couple more on-foot looks and things like that, and I kind of give my own little take on it, so I definitely recommend you check it out in the video right here, and I will see you there.